ticking clock on a website telling you exactly how many seconds you have before your brain starts to die is a brutal way to sell a plastic gadget. That is the reality when you land on the page for Vital Breath. It is part of this massive wave of anti-choking suction devices blowing up on social media right now. You have seen the ads. They show a person struggling and then a hero saves the day with a simple handheld pump. The idea is actually pretty sound on a basic level. Instead of the traditional method where you wrap your arms around someone and squeeze to push air up, these things use negative pressure to pull the obstruction out. It makes sense because the standard maneuver requires a lot of physical strength and perfect technique. If you are alone, that becomes almost impossible. Vital Breath tries to bridge that gap for $60. They give you 3 different mask sizes and promise you can use it on yourself. It sounds like a total no-brainer for a home safety kit, but things get messy when you look past the slick marketing. The world of medical devices is not the Wild West, or at least it is not supposed to be. Just last year, the federal regulators started cracking down hard on this entire category. There were import alerts and formal warning letters flying everywhere. Even the biggest name in the industry only recently got the green light to call themselves a backup option after everything else fails. When I looked at the Vital Breath site, I saw nothing. There is no mention of official clearance or regulatory standing. That is a massive red flag when you are dealing with life and death situation. Instead of showing their homework, they lean into fear. They use that countdown clock to create a sense of panic. This pushes you to click the buy button without asking questions. There is also research involving cadavers that suggests these suction tools might not be the miracle cure the ads claim. In some tests, they barely move the blockage at all. You have to remember that even the government says the standard manual maneuver is still the first move. These devices are strictly meant for when that does not work. Vital Breath feels like a company riding a trend without doing the hard work to prove their gear actually functions when the pressure is on. I am not saying the whole concept is a scam. Suction is a real medical tool. But when a company uses scare tactics instead of data, you should probably keep your guard up. Safety is a billion-dollar industry built on our deepest anxieties. It is easy to feel like you need every new gadget to keep your family safe. Before you drop your money on a device that lacks clear authorization, you should probably just take a local first aid class. Knowing what to do with your own hands is worth more than a piece of unverified plastic in a drawer. It is not a complete disaster of a product, but it is certainly not the guaranteed lifesaver the flashy ads want you to believe it is. You have to be your own advocate here. Do not let a countdown timer make your medical decisions for you. Always look for the paperwork and the real-world testing before you trust a gadget with your life. Choking is terrifying, but panic is a bad buyer's guide. Take a breath and look at the facts before you buy. It is about your safety, not their sales targets. Be smart and look for evidence.